Big entrepreneur, boring old fat whiny woman, bonbon eating, triple chin wearing, bad hair doing, obligation. Video time. What have we got here? This is called Usnea. Let me show you if it will focus. This is a lichen. Beautiful lichen. This is also what's known as old man's beard. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. This is probably one of the best hauls we got. We went out to the trees that have Usnea, and after the wind from this hurricane business, we did get a silver lining and get a wonderful bounty of Usnea. Once again, this information is for you today, that you can get this stuff and get it prepared for what may be coming down the line. We do not know what is going to happen with this longshore stuff, but we know that the United States does not make its own medication anymore. That has been outsourced. One pharmacy, which would be King Pharmaceutical, makes any kind of makes antibiotic, and it is an IV antibiotic. It is not something that you can take in your mouth with a pill. No. So you need to get this stuff. When is the best time for this? Best time to look for it is in the fall, once the leaves have dropped, and you can see this stuff hanging on tree branches and whatnot. It grows where the air quality is good. We actually found this in the city, which shocked us. I guess the air quality is not that bad because this was growing. Remember where these Usnea trees are, so you can go every time it rains, it storms, or whatnot. You can go and you can look on the ground and find it when dead limbs break off, or you will find these just chunks of this laying on the ground. It's awesome stuff. Why is it awesome? This is going to blow your mind. This stuff contains a broad spectrum antibiotic. It is both gram-positive and gram-negative. It fights both gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. This is better than anything you could put in your mouth that is petroleum-based. It's antimicrobial, it's antiviral, it's antifungal, it's antiseptic, as well as antibacterial. It's known to heal staph infections and gangrene. This is the stuff, if you read old Civil War journals, when they ran out of nasty gauze stuff, when they ran out of cotton fiber that they would use over and over and over again, and maybe they would wash it off or rinse it out, maybe. But when they ran out of that, they would use this and they would put it on wounds and leave it in wounds, or pack it. They would pack it on a stump end. And the people that got this did not develop gangrene. Wow, this is good stuff. You can actually pack this in a wound. Well, not pack it, but lay it on the wound and put it in there, and it will help stop bleeding. Ain't that awesome? It's also used for respiratory issues. It's used for allergy symptoms. It will stop a sore throat. It stops bleeding, as mentioned. It will stop a fungal infection. It will stop urinary tract infection. It will stop a sinus infection. It will stop a vaginal infection. When somebody got an STD, this was the stuff that they took. So, I want to point that out. Before I get on to the tincture, I want to go down a rabbit hole and let y'all know you can use this just like this. Just keep it dry. Dry it before you pack it away. Once you dry it, if you have dogs or cats or chicken who have a wound, you can put this in a tea. Do a decoction. Put this in water, let it steep, Let it go on for hours. And you can use that as a wound wash. You can also boil this in a tea to drink it, to give to your animals. This is really good stuff. There is one thing you must know about this. This is known to hold on to heavy metals. To avoid your body stacking up with heavy metals, make sure you drink lots of water when you are ingesting this. Another way this can be utilized is to put this, I didn't bring it with me, but you can put this in some avocado oil, olive oil, what have you, low protein oil, and let it sit for a long time. You can also use it in the ultrasonic cleaner to use it to extract the properties, to get it into the oil, and then make you a salve to use as an antibiotic salve. Ain't that great? No more petroleum crap. That said, this is fantastic stuff. This is probably the best antibiotic stuff out there in nature. There's one other thing which I might do a video on today, I don't know, which will be pokeweed root. But this you can use with no problem. Your dogs and cats and your chickens can use it. It's fantastic. Now, to utilize this in a tincture, how do you do it? You can pretty much see what I done. I put this in, loosely packed it in to about the shoulder of the container. Once again, use the old 100 proof and fill it up, and then you let it sit for at least 3 months. You can use it after 2 months, but the longer it sits, the better. Now, do you have to strain this right away to use it? No, you can leave the contents in here. It doesn't matter. You can siphon stuff off the top, which is looking like a very good product. You can utilize that, but leaving this in the jar will not hurt it. It will not make your tinctures go bad. Not if you use 100 proof. If you use a lower proof, it will, and your product will not be as effective. So anyway, with this, for a dose is, let's say you've got a gangrene or something, or staph infection. What you do is you take 1 milliliter of this 1 to 2 times a day. Take it with plenty of fluids. I'm not a doctor. Do your own research. But that is what is recommended. This stuff, I'm telling you, and when you get rid of this, if you strain this out, throw this out to your chickens, and they can pick it and use it, and utilize it. But I'm telling you, this is fantastic. This is one of the best antibiotics out there. And please, people, please, I hate to go through stuff with no antibiotic, and your loved ones are hurting, your loved ones are having all sorts of issues, and you got nothing to help. This will help. This will help. Even though we have access to nasty petroleum stuff, I would rather use this. But I do want to point that out. You can go out, you can find this stuff now. It's called Usnea, or old man's beard. You can find it laying down, especially after the storm. It's all over the place if you know where to look. Go to your parks. Just if you go on a walk and you see this stuff, please get it. This is fantastic stuff. Keep this, if you have a bug out bag, keep this dry in your bug out bag. Like I said, if you get hurt or scratch and it gets infected, you can put this on the wound and it will help that heal. But keep in mind, whenever you use this with the Usnea, it does hold on to heavy metals, and you do have to use lots of water when consuming this product. Anyway, folks, I want to point that out. You have that fantastic day, and read that Bible.